All right, y'all. Welcome to the Creation Podcast. Chef Darius and
Breezy.
So, for the first episode, it's perfect. What we want to talk about is some deep shit, but it's levels to this deep shit, right? So, we went and saw Eternals, the Marvel movie.
It was so good.
That shit was so fire. So, I think it's right up our alley. If you know how we are, the type of people we are, we're very worldly in nature and like mystical and shit. That shit had all the aspects and elements in it. And me being a nerd, it had all my comic book aspects that I needed to touch on. So overall, the movie is a win-win for both of us, I think.
I think it was like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Low-key mine too. I don't know. It's up there. Couple movies like King Kong versus Godzilla.
King Kong, versus Godzilla, is also one of my favorite movies.
That movie was fucking good. And people I know are biased based off their time they grew up in, the movies they grew up with. Because I remember when I made that post, I'm like, damn, Kong versus Godzilla might be like one of the better action movies I've ever seen. People are like, ah, but nigga, you gotta think about the time and age we're in. Technology is getting better, CGI is getting better, everything is better. So the fight scenes, I don't care what you niggas say, them fight scenes was hard.
If you want to talk about that though, in that movie last night, like everything was so crispy and so smooth.
Yeah. That's like Eternals as far as the action. Shit was top tier. So with the
they're fighting with like spirit wands
yeah,
and stuff.
with the fighting and the power usage, it's kind of like if you're familiar with like animes, how they use chakra or chi. And they draw it from their body. Even the new Shang-Chi movie touched on this shit. And that's where Marvel is moving towards, is showing more inner power and inner energy instead of like you fucking fall into a vat of contaminated liquid and you get powers that way, or you're an alien from another planet. No, they're showing humans can fucking get that power eternally and use it eternally. Internally. I'm using the fucking word eternals because we just saw that shit.
Because they're definitely not, I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah, we ain't gonna give too many spoilers, but they're pressing. Actually, we can. We'll just put spoilers in the fucking title. Don't watch this shit if you ain't.
But I want to say something big and I don't want to spoil it.
No, we can spoil it though. We'll just put spoilers.
They're not humans.
Yeah, they're not.
But that
humans.
would be a sin.
Oh yeah. Don't say that because that's kind of too spoiling it. Yeah, but
there's levels.
Yeah, there's levels.
They don't know.
They know they're not humans. They're like
Eternals.
So
like gods.
Damn, that's a good ass movie. So but they're speaking to you though, like we're gods. We could do this. No, I'm saying it's all a visual guidance. That's all movies is just a revelation, a little bit of the truth for you to show you like this shit out here and they could do it. Because
I think they literally make movies to be guides for you.
You literally visual guides.
If you watch The Matrix, don't watch it like a movie. Watch it literally, like literally. If you watch, like, what else would be a literal movie? I don't know, but, like, they're literally... When they make movies about demons and evil stuff, they're exposing what's really out here.
A good one
like real stuff.
Seems, like, silly is, like, Ready Player One. I don't know if you've seen that one. That's good as fuck. It's like Matrix, but it's more understandable for maybe, like, the people that aren't too in tune, but it's kind of kiddie because he's playing video games, so it's not like the real life reality the Matrix is portraying. It's like a video game. Yeah, but I'm saying it's like the video game where like they're in the Matrix world, but it's like video games. They're killing people and doing shit. So it's good.
Oh, side note, I asked somebody what Squid Games was about because I haven't watched it, and they said it's about people killing each other basically for a come up.
Yeah.
And for what? I mean, we've already saw that story.
This is a visual path. So this is what they're showing us. It's like conditioning, social conditioning.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how about you just skip that one?
No. It's needed to it's certain shows like that are the mirror. Because some people don't like looking in the mirror. They just going through life willy-nilly. Oh, this ain't going on. No, bitch. Look in the mirror. Okay. You niggas is killing yourselves for these motherfucking riches and doing stupid shit playing games.
Okay, so they need some reflection.
You need some reflection sometimes. You got to look in the fucking mirror. So I feel you.
Some of us are already aware of that, though. Yeah. And if you are, don't put your body through that shit because your time and energy is very minimal. So watch something, even if it's hard or violent to watch something that's going to prepare you for the future or to make it into the next, age. We don't have time to waste on that type of shit.
That's low frequency shit. Like, literally seeing that shit brings your vibration down. So, just how music, when you hear it and it gets you hyped and you get the bounce, but literally from seeing something happen on the TV can get you either hyped or calmed down or in a sexual mood if you see some shit and it's turning you on. So this shit real. This imagery influence is real as fuck.
Okay, but I want you to give them like a brief beginning description of what Eternals, just like the plot.
Okay,
like,
so
what's the comic story.
So the comic part of the Eternals. So you got the Celestials, their creator being, right? Shout out to my daughter Celeste. And then you have them kind of seeding life in the universe. So what they do is they'll find one planet that's like, that's kind of good. It has some potential, and they'll seed it. So I don't know if y'all remember the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. You see Guardians of the Galaxy?
I could never stay awake.
So Ego, the living planet, was celestial, and he was a seed, right? Damn, Marvel is killing this shit. So Ego was a seed that became the whole planet, though. He's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be this planet. How the new seed on Earth was gonna be born is he was just gonna come out the Earth and destroy that bitch and become a celestial like Ashram, and then go plant other seeds in the universe to make more galaxies and universes and whatnot. So
and people and beings and all that.
And beings.
So is it worth it to destroy the Earth if 1 billion more Earths would be created?
Exactly. So that's the whole plot and point of a celestial and the Eternals. Like, the Celestials see this Earth as a catalyst for 1,000 other Earths and a million billion other life forms, but it has to be sacrificed. But the Eternals on Earth are like, nah, nigga, we love this bitch now. I ain't with all that shit.
But that was not what they were created for. They weren't created to love it. They were created. Wait, why were the deviants created again?
So the deviants are created to send in the movie. This is not the comic. In the movie, the deviants are sent to kind of take, because every place that they wanted to take over and plant a seed did have a form of intelligent life form. It just wasn't their blueprint, so they would wipe it out. They would send the deviants to go wipe out whatever form of intelligence.
That's not why they were created at first. Was it like to be like because the predators?
Yeah,
like the animals.
They would go wipe out.
Humans couldn't handle the animals that were on Earth, right? I can't
No,
remember that part.
No, the deviants were created for before they made Earths, because they was doing planets, period, in general, and sending the deviants to any planet first to wipe out any intelligent life, and then they would put their own. Then they would plant their own life with the Eternals, and then the deviants had to keep the Eternals had to keep the deviants in check.
No, but when she talked to Ashram, she asked him why the deviants were created. But there was a positive aspect of the deviants, but he said there was a defect in their genetics, and they started attacking humans. So what was their primary? purpose?
Their primary purpose was what I said, to go fucking hunt the predators. But you're right, the
predators like woolly mammoths.
But once they got rid of them, and then humans started to develop, they was like, nigga, we killing y'all too. Yeah. That was the defect.
Because they had a defect and a glitch in their creation. So then the Eternals were brought to protect humanity, right? Or to protect the Earth from the deviants. But they could not interfere with any like human issues, like no wars, no none of this. Like which is interesting about God is like, oh, why won't God interfere? Like Ashram, which is like he's a celestial. It's his job to create, not really the judge because he lets them do what they want, but it's his job to continue like the cycle of life, which is like seeding into other universes and other galaxies and other planets. And he's like, the humans are just one form of being, and they have to live out their own lifestyle. Like, we can't interfere. We created them and we'll let them. So the Eternals are like, now what the fuck? Like, we're just gonna do this for 1 million years, just keep letting civilizations kill themselves and let this happen? Like, we have to stop them. And it was really hard because emotionally seeing the truth of how evil people can be or how destructive when like you don't have to be destructive, they couldn't take it anymore, like not interfering.
Yeah.
Because it's like, damn, y'all gotta kill each other over that fucking turkey sandwich. Like, y'all ain't gotta do that shit. Like, we'll just cut that bitch up or grow some more fucking turkeys. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? That was just an example. But, so it got too hard for some of them, and then there started to be glitches and, like, their loyalties to what and to this.
Mm-hmm.
So, the ones who are the saviors, who are like, oh my god, I'm going to save humanity, I'm going to stop the emergence of a new celestial, which stops the destruction of Earth and saves all these people. But now, you've affected the timeline of other civilizations and realities and beings being born, like whole humanity's being born.
That's
and
where
so
the
what
conundrum
is,
comes.
what's the consequence of that?
Mm.
That is a huge fucking plot. Like,
shit was raw.
What
I
if
love
that was your job? What if God was like, hey, this is your purpose? Boop. Figure out if you could just let all of humans go to waste in order to create more civilizations. Could you do it? Could you do it?
I'm staying.
You're staying on Earth?
Nigga, fuck. I ain't about to go make no more civilizations and shit.
Why?
Cause that's like too much. Did you see what happened with Athena when she had the mad weary? That's too much. Killing all them people and know all them souls is dying. Fuck that. That was the pro was they are going to plant seeds and do and share life and whatever. But the con is all them lives that they took, all them soul ties
They
they
didn't
had.
take any lives. They only killed demons. They never killed humans. Humans were killing each
Well,
other.
allowing the Celestials to rise, that's
But the Celestials aren't bad. The Celestials are actually
no, they're not
life
bad.
and letting life do
But
its
they
thing.
to create life, them niggas is destroying the planet they on.
Okay.
Literally destroying the planet and every life on that planet.
100 die for 20 million to be born.
It's not 100, it's 1 billion.
A billion die for 100 billion to be created.
Yeah, but not even to be created instantly because remember there's a process to it.
Well, yeah, but the Eternals are eternal.
I
They're
know.
gonna be here forever.
And they feel all that shit. They don't.
But
that's why they started getting mad weary because they was feeling that shit. Like, nah, fuck that.
Mad weary is like dementia.
I know, but I'm saying the bad part where they was feeling it. Like, why do I feel the rage? Yeah. Mad. That's the mad part. They was getting mad. Like, I was killing all them people. Why? Because they was forgetting.
You're missing that part.
Huh?
I think you're missing that part, but we'll leave it there.
Okay. But,
she definitely had just dementia.
But I'm saying the part, why was she going crazy though and fighting people?
Because she forgot who they were. Think about dementia. Like,
she was mad, my nigga.
Mad, crazy, like
you don't
a mad
just
batter.
You don't just forget.
Yeah,
and
you've
be like,
been around somebody with dementia? Yes, they do.
Well, time out. Remember, she was walking around and they were in the not the ship, the thing, and she was forgetting something. She wasn't fighting nobody because she was forgetting something, nigga. She forgot something when they were in that house area. Remember?
I know. She just got period dementia, but sometimes you just forget. Oh, is this a turkey sandwich? Or sometimes you're like, "Who are you, Betty?"
All right.
He's like, I'm your
I know,
wife.
but you're taking away the part. The mad, like, why she got mad and wanted to fight them niggas is because what they did in their past.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Because she's a fucking goddess of war, but okay.
Post part is like.
It's like, I'm just a fucking warrior all day, every day, and I've forgotten that you're not my enemy, so I'm about to fuck you up.
No.
Yeah.
You making too many excuses for that shit. She fucking was going through an affliction.
She was going through an affliction, which was because she could see what was happening on other planets and other places, and she could see them being destroyed. And it was, you're right.
I know I was right.
A piece of you're right. Let's be real. So she could feel it happening and the other planets being destroyed and whole civilizations being destroyed. But what's interesting, just like the Matrix, when they realize that they're really just a simulation or they're really just connected to a cord, they realize that the storyline of what they thought was real was never real.
Damn, that shit was raw. Eternal's raw as fuck. That shit like Matrix times 2.
And like, there's a different depth of Matrix that I can't put my finger on. That's different. But this
it's
had
totally
all
different.
The spirit stuff.
They're totally different, but they're the same. Like,
how
that
did they
shit
combine
crazy.
the spirit stuff with the fighting, with the nerdy comic shit, with beautifulness? And everybody could act. They had so many levels. But let's get back to it. I'm just saying, if you think about a human's lifespan, and like, well, whatever, I don't think whatever, sorry. A human lifespan is 100 years. Like, and if you're eternal, like, I know that 100 years is necessary, but like in the end, they were like, if you decide to save these humans, do you think that they won't kill each other tomorrow? Do you think that it's worth it? If you If you save them and then you step back again and let them live their life and you're not in controlling them, which would not be free will, which would be your own like determined destiny for each and every human being to control them and not put them at war, because we don't have that I don't think. But are they not going to kill each other? And did you not just stop a billion more lifespans being created just so that these people could have their 100 years?
But so back to the point, because I forgot I had to make this point because you thought you was right about something. So Ashram, the judge thing, kept saying he's not judging. Literally in the that's what he does. He comes and judge. Book. No, in the movie too, he judged. He said, "She'll be back to judge you niggas."
Oh, he did say that. Ooh, so, and then you got to deal with the celestial judgment, bitch.
Yeah, so
that's true.
They made him understand, like, all right, these humans are the point, because the job of them is to get humans and have planets to be like utopias, right?
The job of who? Utopias?
The
Eternals?
Not Eternals, the Celestials generally. When they plant a seed, that seed doesn't grow until the planet is like ripe enough, right?
Really?
That's what I'm trying to think.
Wait,
in the movie.
The new Celestial that was born the seed was always in the planet? Or how did it get planted?
Yeah, he put it in there.
A long time ago.
Oh,
so your whole Earth was only created to be a Celestial's destruction?
No.
Oh,
it was already a Earth. It was a Earth. That was a Earth, and it had like fucking caveman type shit on it. Mm-hmm. And then the Celestials came and threw deviants and Eternal genes in there.
And then they were like, oh, and the Eternals. Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. There was something. Were the Eternals like the ones of Egypt, like the gods of Egypt? Because I felt like in reference, and
some of them are gods, and can be, yeah.
This isn't like a black Egyptian thing. I'm saying like the realm of like, oh, they worship these beings, and like they came in sky ships and they did this. Like it's kind of what the Eternals were like.
Yeah, kind of, because you had Gilgamesh, that
the Epic of Gilgamesh,
and they said Ajax was not Ajax. They said Icarus. Icarus was a couple people. Of course, he's Icarus, the Greek god that flew to the sun.
And then Athena was in there.
So yeah, they are.
I don't know who Vastos was.
But Egypt is more so going to be...
Oh, maybe Druid was the Druids.
Oh, he was, because he was Scottish. Damn, they were raw as fuck. Them niggas was raw. Damn.
But what was his power? Like,
mind control. Damn, they raw.
Okay, it's
really That's why that nigga was Scottish, because he was a Druid. All right, but... Let me geek out on the comic spots, because I was going on somewhere and I fucking lost it.
I like a snack.
I need to smoke. Damn. You made me lose my train of thought.
I was just going to say, train your mind. Be disciplined. That's a big thing for the future.
That is true. Damn, I was about to get on some nerd shit.
But I'm human and I was not disciplined a second ago.
Anyway, so... Alright, we broke down the deep shit. Let's get to nerd shit about this shit while it was so fire.
Is it wrong to eat a banana on camera?
Did I put what?
Is it wrong to eat a banana on camera?
No, do what you want. I was about to smoke, but I'm like... That's why it's a podcast. You do what the frick you want.
I do what I want.
It's not CNN.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, so,
Nerd out.
Shit, but I had like a good angle I was gonna take with this shit. Oh! The Egypt shit. Damn, this shit raw. So, how the MCU is working, and it works in the comics. So you have the Eternals and the Eternals and all that, which are gods and whatnot. But the Egypt is different. So Egypt, you're gonna have like technology and like people like Rama Tut, who is Ra and Tut. They combined them, right? But guess who this person is? My nigga from hopefully they use him. Did you see the Loki?
What Loki?
The Loki TV show?
Yeah, I watched it.
So remember the one
It was raw.
The Kang the Conqueror, the nigga that was at the end? Mm-hmm. So he's Rama Tut too.
Wait.
Because he goes through time and time travels and plays these different characters. So he was a pharaoh of Egypt at one point.
Makes sense.
And they're gonna go back to that. They're gonna use that for, I believe, this upcoming show, which is Moon Knight, which this character's powers are Egyptian god powers. He has all the Egyptian god powers.
All the different gods?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
This shit finna be raw. Yeah.
Their powers were so raw in the movie too. She could turn anything like into a different element. Like she made a fucking rock, like all these rose petals, and it was falling on them. And what else? The other chick had speed. She was fucking this nigga Icarus up. Like, she was beating his ass with a crazy speed. What were their other things? And then mind control. Athena had war. She was a warrior. She was a goddess of war.
Had them hands for these
Gilgamesh had strength. Icarus had laser eyes, which he was really like Superman. I just really feel like there's a big correlation from Icarus and Superman, but
it is.
Whatever. Yeah. I think he's like literally like Superman.
That's why they did the reference in the show. It's like, you're like Superman. You fly and you shoot beams out your eyes.
Yeah. But they've been here eternally, so like they've been different characters. Not like they've just been here all the time. So one time this nigga had to save somebody and he might have wore a cape, and then they're like, oh, that's Superman, but really it's just Icarus, but he just played it because like, I'll be Superman for 100 years.
But that's not how the universes work, because DC and Marvel aren't in the same universe. All that was an Easter egg and a kind of a little sneak this, because what Marvel and DC will do is they'll put the other universe in their universe like it's just a comic. Like, nah, nigga, my shit real. Your shit is the comic. Like, they'll have Superman and Batman be comic characters in the Marvel world. Or in the DC world, they may reference Thor or something, or Captain America or Spider-Man as a comic book character in their real world. So I don't know if it's kind of like a nod, a hat tip, or they like shitting on like Lil Dog and them niggas. Like, nah, nigga, I'm Big Dog. It's a little bit of both. I like it when they do the Easter egg references in there. They had a little Alfred and Batman reference with
They had a Star Wars reference.
Star Wars, yep.
What else? I feel like there's one more I'm missing, but it is what it is. You get the point.
Yeah.
You know, we're human, so we like that shit where people flex a little bit, but it's not. I don't know if that's smart for humanity, but it's just in us because we be about alpha shit. I was gonna make a point that I can't really remember though. Like.
It's a good movie.
It definitely talked about like your purpose. Like, what if you were literally designed to do this? Are you going to do it? Are you not? Mm-hmm. And if you're not, then what are you? And in the end, there's always judgment for everything you do, the good or the bad. Either you have to deal with yourself or you'll deal with everything else. But, you know, that's on you. But literally. There's so much magic shit in there. I was like,
there's so many levels to that shit. That's why the movie had to be so fucking long.
Yeah, but I like was entertained the whole it was like 3 hours and the whole time I was so entertained.
And I was so scared for this movie because I'm like, it's the fucking Eternals. Like, like they're gonna make it so romantic and drama. I thought it was gonna be fucking like a soap opera, but that shit was raw action. Like every time.
But I'm a hopeless romantic, and I was fulfilled.
And she got.
And it wasn't even like romantic.
It wasn't, but like, it was.
I like beauty in movies.
And to be honest, I hate romance in movies. But the way they played the different relationships and this shit was so fucking beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Druig and the deaf girl?
Oh yeah.
That shit was so beautiful.
And I hate Gilgamesh and
that was
Athena.
Cool, but that was like typical.
It's also not that was not typical. They weren't together. That was a friendship.
I know.
That was platonic. He literally gave his life to take care of her.
But I'm saying it was like I'm gonna protect you. I'm talking about how Druig and whatchamacallit's relationship was kind of like silent, and then we saw at the end like that's how I liked it. I'm like so they fucking know what I'm saying?
Oh, we do have to talk about it, but also Icarus and Circe. What was Circe's power? Oh, the element thing. What about Ajax? Stop saying witch.
She is a witch in the book. She's a witch.
Okay, but not really. Like, why is she a witch just because she has powers? But everybody else has powers, too. Her powers is elemental. Doesn't make her a witch.
I mean, I guess, but she didn't do elemental power when she was turning the fucking, the deviant. She turned a deviant into a fucking tree.
That's the elemental power. She changed his element. He was in water, and she turned the water to a wood.
But she changed him, though. No, remember, she said she couldn't affect humans?
No, she couldn't affect celestials.
No, she couldn't affect living things. She said she couldn't affect living things.
That's true.
So initially, I thought her powers was elemental too, but she, like, they're trying to introduce magic into the MCU slowly.
Well, it was totally magic. Like, I kept literally, like, every scene, I was like, I'm dead. I'm dead. It's too amazing. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. That's how that movie was for me. I was like, I feel like my soul is fulfilled for 3 hours of watching this. And if y'all go watch it and be like, that movie sucked, then I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like your mind just isn't on this shit. And that's okay. It wasn't for you.
Definitely right.
But for people who are like where we are, it's up for that one for sure. One of the best. And I'm going to take my children to see it. And also, this movie had so much information about the past. Like, we're like documentary nerds. Like, we read all the time. We watch documentaries. We've like studied religion. We've studied spirituality, all this stuff for so long. And it highlighted all that. Like, Gilgamesh's name being in it. I was like, hold up. These niggas had the emerald tablets in there. Okay?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the emerald tablets.
In there. I was like, yes.
Tiamat, nigga.
What? And if these are names that you don't know, it's okay, because the fact that this movie came out and just spoke those into your mind, everything is subconscious, okay? Yep. So it's subliminal, so it's already going into your mind. So they brought all of these stories, ancient stories from our history and our creation, literally there. Shout out to the Creation Podcast. Anyways, so they presented the past and the future, like how to deal with the future, what the consequences are and everything. So it was like really amazing that they were able to combine all that.
It was fire. I think they did excellent job too, comic book wise, tying in all the canon material up to this point that we have had from the MCU into this new movie. And even the end post-credit scenes, MCU is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you have the Marvel Universe, which is the comic book verse, and then you have the Cinematic Universe. So the Cinematic Universe is pulling from the comics for material, but it's hard to use everything and stay in canon because the comics is all over the place. But the way the MCU has done it is like fucking beautiful. Like, they're literally telling a fucking story of humanity using the comic books.
True that.
They killing it. Shout out to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Them is like two of my favorite people. Died. Yeah, they both dead.
Sorry, Stanley.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna do more videos like this, and we're gonna just talk about like gender stuff, like male and female understandings. We're gonna talk about movies and culture and music and all the things, and spirit and food, and we're gonna start going to eat places because we be smashing and we're obsessed with food, and we're gonna talk about good stuff and do food reviews. So if you want us to come to your place and eat, and just let us know, because smashing is what we do. It's literally ridiculous when we eat.
Thing.
Literally, he gets giddy. It's ridiculous. So, all right, thanks, guys. Hope you learned something.
It was a good one. Make sure you go see it.
Peace be with you, and take your children and take people in your life, because you guys need to understand what's happening. They're telling you what's happening too. So,
I mean, we spoiled a lot, but it's kind of, we didn't give too much detail.
You have no idea what you're about to look at.
It's still going to be good.
You're going to be like, if you're a weirdo like us. Okay, you done?
Yep, that's it. All right, y'all.
Bye.
See you next time.